Hi, everybody. This is Seth, Head of Operations here at QUOINE. And this evening, I am joined by Dmitry Malyanov, who is the co-founder of Adhive. We listed Adhive on Cryptos. I guess it's been about 3 weeks now, right, Dmitry?
Yeah, it's about a month, about 3 weeks or a month.
Okay, great. So Adhive is now traded against BTC, ETH, and Cash on Cryptos. And first of all, Dmitry, thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Seth. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Great. So first of all, I have to say, I'm in Tokyo, you're in New York. We're both on the internet. You're attending Consensus this week, so I'm sure you'll have lots of big partnerships coming out of the meeting at Consensus. But before we go there, I think it'd be really great for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and your background before you got involved in the Adhive project.
Yeah, thank you. Sure. So before project, I used to be a head of business development at Groupon Russia. And then later, I was a CEO of company who had made data analysis for retail. So we analyze big data and made personification. So we worked with data, we work with personal data of customers, and developed a strategy of personification. So we were in marketing field, and it was data-driven marketing. So we were close to Adhive, I mean, in industry. And then we realized that in the beginning of 2016, we started our development of video recognition and speech recognition models, services. And in the middle of 2017, we realized that we can launch pretty interesting platform, pretty effective. And we started Adhive.
Got it. So before we get into Adhive, I'm always curious to know sort of what was you're relatively new to the blockchain and cryptocurrency world. So can you remember the first time that you sort of had a Bitcoin transaction, either you received it or sent it or bought it? Can you kind of share with us what that was like for you?
Actually, it was a Ethereum transaction, and it was in the beginning of 2017. It was winter, and I remember this time. Yeah, I'm quite late in blockchain. Definitely late majority, let's say, but yeah, it was beginning 2017 for me, my personal transaction.
Gotcha. Okay, so tell me, so when you were thinking about your experience in data and what was the problem that you guys thought you could best solve? What was the problem you were seeing in the current industry in advertising that you thought could be best tackled with a blockchain-based solution?
Mm-hmm. We see problem which we can solve with AI and blockchain together. And the problem is right now all the advertisers, all the brands and companies already understand that influencer marketing is quite hot thing. Everyone wants to tried to place advertising on influencers on YouTube, on Instagram. But when it comes to the point, you need to choose influencer, and most of the people trying to place on the trying to collaborate with big one, with top one, and they became celebrities, and it became difficult and expensive, and a lot of negotiations. I tried to place our advertising in the beginning of 2017 on bench of mid-tier influencers or even micro influencers, and it's really difficult to place. But the difficulty is you need to spend a lot of time, and you need to do a lot of manual work, not sophisticated one. Just track them, negotiate with them, track what they do, what they did, and a lot of manual work, and we realized that we can do all this manual work by AI and blockchain together, because AI provide us verification, and we understand exactly what influencer shown or said, and blockchain provides us very convenient way how to deliver payment to this influencer, how to make this process convenient and effective for advertiser, because blockchain provides us several more opportunities how to make it more attractive for both sides. And blockchain was the last brick on this wall. It was very, very important that we realized that we have blockchain. And then after we realized the opportunity of blockchain, we definitely decide to do this platform.
Got you. Okay, so that's really interesting. So take me through sort of the utility of the ADH token in this AI-driven blockchain ecosystem that you're developing.
ADH token means advertising capacity. So if you want to reach 1 million views, you need to buy a certain amount of tokens. So for each token, you can buy a certain amount of contact with audience. So that's totally utility, absolutely. And when an advertiser or brand starts campaign, they need to buy tokens on the whole amount, on the whole budget, and then we distribute it to influencers portionally. So this ADH token represents advertising capacity of all the influencers who take part in every campaign.
I see. So the AI helps to select the influencers that the ads will run against, and also drive the amount of tokens that's required to gain an audience on that influencer's channel. Is that right?
AI helps to choose, and AI mostly helps to verify do they execute task properly or not. Because when you're advertiser, you need to formulate that you want that people show your logo and say that they use your product, let's say. And we can teach our models to recognize these words, particular words you want to be said, and particular objects. It could be bottle, it could be logo on any surface. So if all the checks are positive, then AI command to transfer ADH tokens.
Sure.
So AI provides mostly for selection and for verification, and blockchain makes with blockchain we transfer money, transfer value.
This is absolutely genius, really genius. And what's interesting as well is there's still incentive for all of the participants in this ecosystem to sort of do their very best, right? Because the influencer also wants to maintain their audience. So they're going to make their best efforts to present the product that the advertiser has subscribed for the sort of increased awareness and knowledge from the influencer. That influencer, they're still incented by commanding their audience and keeping an audience to still do the best job they can to talk about the product they're advertising for. Is that right?
Absolutely. And we did some tests already, and advertisers were surprised how good influencers executed, because they were afraid a bit that they could say it in different ways, but all of them did it quite attractive. Because yeah, absolutely right. Influencers, they care about their audience. They don't want to say something stupid or inappropriate. They want to do it smooth and attractive.
Absolutely.
And at Hive, by the way, so with at Hive, advertisers get hundreds pieces of content, unique content, and people explain their value by their own, but in a good way. So that's
Gotcha.
very important.
They're sort of crowdsourcing, telling the story of their particular product.
Yes, exactly.
And it may even be less expensive than hiring a marketing agency to do the same thing, right?
It should be, yeah. Right now, it's already a bit less costly than top influencers, and later it should be even less.
Okay, so you mentioned in the AI is sort of a self-enforcing contractual mechanism that monitors what the influencer is saying. What languages is currently supported in this AI?
We support any language because our AI doesn't understand what people talking about. They understand just how sound of word, just which sound. We can teach a system to recognize specific sound, but it could be in any language. That's why we have pretty high scalability of the platform, because right now we can work in any languages.
That is amazing, really. For the audience, you may not know, I actually lived in Russia for 5 years. My 5-month-old daughter, I think, speaks more Russian than I do, but I would describe it in Russian as zamechatelna. That's amazing. So tell me what platforms you've currently been able to integrate the Adhive influencers and advertisers. What platforms are currently leveraging the token today?
We work with YouTube and Instagram. This is the platform we realized that people use it almost in every country. In every country we work and we talk with influencers and advertisers, they use YouTube and Instagram. Instagram right now may be number one for branded content for advertisers because it's easy to create content there. And Facebook people use, but they have dynamic feed, and advertisers cannot be sure that it will be shown to every from audience. And YouTube people use for more long video, for more for another format of advertising.
Sure.
So YouTube and Instagram, this is two major platforms. These are two major platforms we work now, and later we will add some more platforms.
And so how many roughly sort of influencers on the one side and advertisers on the other side are starting to sort of experiment with the Adhive platform?
Today we have about 10,000 influencers on our platform, and in experiments, not so much. We had about 5 advertisers already, and probably about 100 influencers.
Amazing. Okay.
That's first steps. Because a lot of the teenagers, yeah, we need to update our platform to make it more convenient for both sides. Sure.
So what is, tell me about the token economics and what sort of drives the demand for the Adhive token, and how do the holders of an Adhive token actually benefit over time?
Yeah, actually, token economics consists of two big things. First, we work as a platform, and we work as an agency right now. So advertiser, when he starts campaigns, he needs to buy token and hold it on platform. So let's say for the period of 30 days, we charge daily this amount of token and transfer it to influencers. Influencers, to participate on campaign from the second and further, they need to put guarantee deposit in tokens to show their intention to execute it. And the more advertisers, the more influencers we have, the more tokens will be frozen for the moment on the platform. but together, jointly, when we, time by time, the more advertisers we have on platform, the more influencers we have on platform, the more tokens will be held on platform. That's why we
Gotcha.
will, without burning tokens, we will decrease the free flow. We will decrease the free amount of tokens.
Increased supply. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And another important thing is we are going to launch later white label. So there are a lot of agencies, there are a lot of brands who already operate, who already manage their own network of influencers, several hundreds of influencers or thousands. And we don't want to get business from them, and we deliver them at Hive as a tool. They can put their logo on this platform and use this platform for their influencers, for their network. And the only thing they need to use our token on platform. And that's how we create demand for our token without our direct efforts. So these agencies, these brands should buy token on exchange, and it will be their own business. So this is two major points, two major components of token economics.
Fantastic. So another issue that I'm always interested in understanding is how you guys are thinking about scalability. Because ADH is an ERC20 token, and I think we're all familiar with some of the limitations of the Ethereum blockchain. So as you think about your scaling going forward, what are some of the solutions that you will sort of be implementing to support the growth of the token in the ecosystem going forward?
This is probably more technical question. What I can say that until we met with really difficulties with ERC20, we will develop this part. And later, probably we need to change the platform, let's say the Ethereum, to another one. And ADH token provides us this opportunity. We can work with almost any protocols, any platforms. We need to provide our advertisers, our influencers enough capabilities to actually we can use any platform for ADH token. Right now we use the Ethereum, and later we'll see. Probably Ethereum will be much better, or otherwise we will need to change to another one.
Sure. So what are some of the next big milestones for the Adhive project, looking out over, say, the next 3 or 6 months?
Let's say in next 6 months, it could be, actually we have during this year probably we have 2 big milestones. First one is working with real-time streams, which is quite big niche of influencer marketing. There's gaming, this real-time streams, which very popular in Asia and in a lot of markets. And we can detect already now technically we can detect advertising on real time. So technically we can work with streams, but advertisers don't ready to do it because they don't know how to calculate the price of it, how to work with it. So we want to start from gaming advertisers and place advertising content on streams. And another big milestone is white label. As I described, we're going to launch white label and to deliver it to brands, to to agencies who operate their own network of influencers.
Got it.
But,
Got it.
right now, we have how to say we will decide which will be the first one during this year. But these are two main milestones.
Sure. And, I think we were talking a little bit before we got started here. And, one of the things that I know we're looking forward to working with, the Adhive team is that as we move to our liquid platform, which is coming up in the very near future, we're expecting around June timeframe, that we will have a pathway for trading tokens versus fiat currencies. So some of your sort of analog advertising agencies that are not necessarily familiar with crypto and not necessarily holding a lot of crypto, there will be a gateway for them to participate in the Adhive ecosystem, leveraging euros and dollars and, hopefully yen eventually as well. So really looking forward to extending our collaboration together with the Adhive project and the participants in your ecosystem.
Yeah, that's very important. That's great, because right now we need to attract partners who will provide us, I'd say, first mile for advertisers. Right now we do it by ourselves, and last mile for influencers. We need to find a convenient way how to deliver money to influencers, because in different countries there are different rules, and that's. Yeah, you're completely right. It's very important to have a convenient way how to change crypto and fiat, and on both ways.
Great. Well, Dimitri, I want to thank you again very much for joining us and telling the story of Adhive. Really excited about what you guys are doing. It's you've really combined a lot of fantastic things here. You've already built up a big network. There's utility for the token. You've created, you're even thinking about white labeling. It's really exciting. And hopefully in 6 months, we can revisit again and catch up and get the latest on the project.